Alright folks, this your boy Aus10K. I got a battle here against my main man Chico. And we did a word battle where you had to use Pokemon whose names became from every letter of this word. And our word was forest, because he made that up. So I send in my Omastar, who is not a star, and he sends in his Flygon. And he uses U-turn, and I go for the Stealth Rocks because that's the ultimate asshole move in my opinion, but I use it anyway. So, spearing the grass now, I switch into my Yo because Yo Mama, ooh. But he hits me with a Surf, so I'm like, dang, hit him with a Brick Break back, to break all his bricks, trying to build him a house. And knowing that I can't kill it or be fast enough to hit it with another Brick Break, I go for a Bullet Punch, and luckily I get that critical hit. And he finished me off with a Surf, but Life Orb takes him out, and we have a double whammy, folks. So I go to my Badger boy, who is Typhlosion, because he's a Badger boy. And I didn't want to get hit with a Stone Edge, so I go back to my Not a Star, because like obviously he's a fish thing, and he can't take a close combat because Chico predicted that I do that. See, he's smart, but he's not smart. Because I send in my Jelly 5 Jelly. And Jelly is just like words cannot describe Jelly and his usefulness to every team I make. I mean just So he goes for a Stealth Rock, and I Thunder Wave him just so I can be faster. And I hit it with a Nightshade, and he just keeps setting up spikes. And I while I'm doing that, I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't really like thinking about it, but like it hurt me later in the battle. It's like whooping your little son. It's hurting him. No, it's hurting you more than it's hurting him, but it's gonna help him in the long run. And it's kind of like this situation, he getting hit is hurting him. I don't know. I lost myself there. But he sends in Flygon. And I figured I could take a U-turn because, Jelly is pretty bulky, but he gets that crit. And I'm like, oh, Chico, that crit, it totally mattered, bro. That crit defined the game. No, it didn't. And I used Recover because, I just want to scout out his moves. I kind of knew he was going to U-turn, so I'm like, all right, might as well just recover it off. Now, I didn't want to take any dark attacks from this Scrafty because he's pretty shafty. So I switched into my Stardust. He goes for a Crunch anyway, and it does a lot, but knowing he cannot take a U-turn and doesn't really want to, he switches out and goes to his Flygon. So I'm like, alright, I go back to my Jelly, because Jelly is just like gelling up the place, man. He's just jelly. So he uses Outrage, and I knew I could take that and a bag of chips, but I thought he would U-turn, so I went for a Thunder Wave, because, thought he would U-turn, but I was fooled, and he goes for another Outrage, but I figure I can stall him out and recover all my damage back up. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He's good. He's fine. And he goes for a third Outrage, and I'm like, all right, just keep recovering because I can just stall him out. He really can't hurt me that bad, so I'm good. I'm decent. I can keep holding it down. So he returns his Flygon and goes to his Rotom Wash form. And then I start to get on the offensive. I go for a Psycho Shock because I kind of like figured he would do something like that. And then he ends up tricking me as I go for a Thunder Wave. So I'm like, dang you, Chico. He really just took Jelly out of the picture. Like, he kind of made him less effective as a wall. So predicting a Thunderbolt or something, I go into my drugs, bro. But he said that he Thunderbolted me, but he got paralyzed and wasn't able to move. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go for an Ice Punch, and then it gets a crit. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't really like finish him off or anything. But he ends up just taking me out the picture with the Hydro Pump. So drugs, he went to rehab and got cleaned, obviously, by the Hydro Pump. So I go to my Flygon and I just want to rage. I'm rage quitting all over his team. and he sent in Scrafty, and I just rage quit all over it. Outrage all in its face, around its body. And it doesn't kill because Scrafty he's shafty, man. He's just pretty bulky too, and he hits me with a drain punch and gets that overconfidence boost, that moxie. That sounds so stupid to me, but what do I know? So I go into my top flosion and hit him with a fire blast to get that good old fashioned fire quick damage. And he sends in Terrakion, and I was just like, you know what? I don't even need to. So I hit him with another fire blast, and it misses because that's my luck. And he hits me with a close combat. Even though fire blast hitting really wouldn't have did nothing, it really didn't bother me. So he returns Terrakion, sends back out Flygon, and I go for a Psycho Shock because I'm Choice Scarf. I'm just going on the offense now, and it does. Woo! Jelly is just useful when he's not useful. He's multitasking. He's putting the team on his back. He put the team on his back. So he goes back to Terrakion, and yeah, I lost 1-0 to Chico, and it was a good game. Thanks, Chico, and peace out.